Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of This Week in Reselling.
After dark.
After dark.
And guys, we have a great show today. Round 2 of Britton and Tanner's journey through the shirt farm. And I know Joe had a lot of questions. Do you remember what they are, Joe? Because I have some questions.
Yes, I have some questions.
All right, you go.
All right.
You go first. You go first. And guys, if you didn't catch the first episode, sorry, Joe.
Yeah.
Make sure to watch it because the journey that these guys have been on,
Crazy,
through getting this brand off the ground is absolutely insane. So we'll go ahead and all their stuff will be linked in the description below. And there's a giveaway, so you have to watch the last episode to know exactly what you need to do. So
except for you, Ken.
Except for Ken.
Except for Ken. Okay. So clearly, like, you guys just think of an idea for a shirt, and then you have an artist that makes that shirt then?
Yeah. So we will brainstorm. We start with brainstorming themes for the shirts. So we'll be like, we would love to, let's talk about the Pokemon one that you enjoyed. We'd love to do a Pokemon shirt. And then we try to think through how saturated is the market with that character. And so Pokemon is pretty dang saturated. Like, there are a lot of Pokemon things, especially right now. It's
the number one selling IP in the world.
Right. And so we were thinking through, okay, what could make it different? We're lucky where the all over print thing usually means that they're a little different by default because there aren't as many all over print shirts. But what we didn't want to do is just throw Charizard on a shirt. Right? There are a lot of cool Charizard shirts, not knocking them, but that's a thing that's out there.
Oh, yeah.
And so we were trying to think through, okay, our demo's 90s, so what's something old school? What's something that, Tanner and I's generation grew up with, and went Squirtle Squad.
Squad, baby.
So back in the day. And so
that's my favorite Pokemon.
Yes.
There you go, man. They get to focus, yeah. Man, I was gonna say you guys could put a Magikarp on a shirt and Ray will buy it.
Yep.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, Magikarp doesn't get enough love.
So then we after we have all that, we sit down, talk through what the design should look like. We try to pull some inspiration from vintage shirts. So we'll try to find a vintage shirt that is in a totally different genre so that we're not copying anything, and basically be like, what if it's not like a band where they'll be like, what if there was a song by The Who, but with some Rolling Stones blues energy to it. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, what about that? So that's kind of where we try to go. What if this vintage NASCAR shirt, but this way? And then try to pull some scenes from whatever it is that we're using as inspiration and send screenshots of those scenes, photos of inspiration shirts. And then the artist does a sketch and we go from there, and we go through a few edit rounds usually and kind of develop it together.
And what's easy to kind of forget too is, like, it's not just, open up Photoshop and do an ordinary design file. It is very specific art files that these designs have to be.
Yeah. And we try to, a lot of people in our world, and again, I'm not knocking them, I own a lot of these shirts and it's awesome, but they'll just take like a panel from a comic and put that panel on a shirt. Mm-hmm. And like, there's still a lot of difficulty. You still have to figure out how to print it. Like, I am truly not knocking. Some of those are some of my favorite brands that I wear pretty often. But something that we decided to do to set us apart is every single shirt we do is completely original art. So it is all sketched from the ground up. We have the initial sketch of everything, and we go from there. So that's part of it for sure.
You guys haven't dropped this one, have you?
We did. That one actually was last week. Yeah.
That's right. Okay.
But that's what's printing right now.
Okay.
And then we try to figure out like little things like Darth Maul's eyes are going to glow in the dark on that shirt.
That's so cool.
So just like little elements that can separate them, you know, from competitors or the pack. And it's not even really from competitors. It's really trying to grow the market overall. There are millions of people who are into sneakers and only hundreds or thousands who know about this specific lane of shirt. So it's trying to grow people who maybe like to dress a little different and love nostalgic cartoons and show them like, hey, this is a thing you can participate in.
All right.
I love it. I'm curious, Joe and Brendan, what's something that you guys would want on a t-shirt that's like nostalgic?
I was typing some more questions on my phone so I didn't forget, but I just came up with one that would benefit Ray and Brendan. What if we get an all over print shirt of all like reseller logos?
There you go. That would be cool.
All over. Like, you know, Brennan's is here, mine's here, Ray's, Kristen's, Angie's, Paul, Flip the World, you know, just all over, just logos. That would be.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
There you go. What about you, Brendan?
Yeah.
Man, I don't even know. I don't even have an answer. I'd have to think about it. Could put me on the spot.
All right, you think about Brendan. All right, another question for you. You guys, okay, you met in Disney World, like what, a month ago or something?
Yes. Yep.
And you guys are all wearing your guys' printed Disney shirts.
Yep.
Nobody came up from Disney and go, that we didn't sell that or make that. What the hell is that? You haven't had any copyright strikes or anything like that, you know?
That's a great question.
Yeah, and this is one of the main questions that we get asked by people who are, you know, that most people just want to rock a cool shirt, but by people who are interested in the business side of it. And the answer is twofold. One is we are actively working on applying to get licenses for all of this stuff. So our goal, like, we want to send Disney money for them. Like, that is, we would love to. The second area kind of response to that is, I guess there are really three. The second one is because it's all original art, there is some gray area in terms of fan art that,
gotcha.
Because we're not doing mass produced runs, we're doing these very limited 50, 100 shirts, that it kind of can fall into like an artist who sells prints of their art of C-3PO.
Gotcha.
Where it's like, is that, And then the third thing is we've talked to a lot of brands in our space who it is clear that Disney is aware of it. Because
the mouse is gonna get you.
There will all of a sudden just be shirts that pop up on the Disney store that are very similar.
Oh.
And so it is clear that there's an uneasy alliance where we are kind of a JV test market for them. So if they're seeing these things pop off, like Powerline, for instance, a few weeks ago, all of a sudden there was a Powerline with Roseanne in the Glasses shirt being sold in Disney World. But like, I'm fine with it. Like, cool. Like,
it's like, all right, we'll let you do this as long as you let us do this.
Yeah, and that seems to be the. Now, if we were trying to like sell stuff in malls, it would be a different, of course, story. Okay. But as it currently exists, I mean, we've even bartered with pretty high up Disney employees tickets for shirts. Like, they know we're around.
Yeah.
We would love to become licensed, and I'm actually emailing with a couple of the companies. You know, I won't get into who, but right now about it. But it's kind of in that fan art / JV lane at the moment.
That is interesting. Wow. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. So like, if you ever blow up, but you're doing that now by getting those licenses because you know you want to become a big.
Yep.
to make the hundreds of thousands of shirts that you want to get printed. But if you were to do that now, it's like, okay, Disney will probably be like, all right, guys, we'll let you do a couple hundred, but now you're getting into the thousands. We need to let's simmer down a little bit,
Exactly. Well, and the people who are buying these things are brand enthusiasts for the brands that own the movies or the film shows. So when it's still small scale, there is an element of let your brand people be excited about a thing instead of everyone being like, oh, screw you, whatever company. But yeah, like you said, if it blows up, that is certainly a whole different equation and one that we're trying to preemptively prepare for right now.
Okay. So Tanner, when are we going to get the heel John Cena all over print?
Dude, I was thinking about that in the last episode.
Man, we need to.
You can be the first to market. Get that
right.
Like hustle, loyalty, respect, and do like something else.
What would you do to make it look like he's the heel on a shirt? And
I don't know, like the way he looked, like I don't know, like that devious look that he had at the Elimination Chamber. Like I like that, like just that kind of.
You have the picture of that look on the front, and you have Cody Rhodes laying on the ground, grabbing,
just bleeding.
Right? Yeah, that's all you need. That's all.
I was thinking of this.
Right, so we just show his heel. That's what you guys mean. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, just his heel.
Okay, cool.
No, I was thinking of the shot where he's holding up the title, like by the ropes, like But yeah, man, I was legit thinking about that too.
It'd be fun. Yeah, we're actually trying to start by getting some regional brands official licenses so that then we can go to some of these bigger ones and be like, look at these officially licensed projects we've done. So,
that's smart.
Yeah,
start off smart.
Yep, we're talking with like Space Camp, for instance, about getting their licensing, or my uncle's in a pretty big band that people would know that get theirs and go from there.
Okay.
What band is it? What band is that?
Korn, the metal, the 90s band.
We know Korn.
Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, try to get some of those and go from there.
I was wondering if you were going to go like do any musicians or like even a regular, let's say, Ace Ventura character thing, or whatever. So
I know you've been excited about trying to do some of that kind of thing.
Yeah. Watch Britton be like what is that? Jonathan Davis's nephew? That's the lead singer of Korn, right?
Yeah.
It's the guitarist.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
So how long from when you guys come up with an idea? I mean, I guess it varies, but you tell the artist, this is what we want. And then we go from there to getting screen printed and you're ready to roll with shirts.
Yeah. Cause I'm sure there's like, even like, like what Joe was saying and what you guys were alluding to earlier, even if you wanted to match it with like a sneaker release also, like that's all like time. And then, like a new Disney movie that comes out or a new something that you want to get in time to, or, like the Darth Maul shirt, like the new like 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith, 25th is coming out. So it's like, that's good time, or I don't know. Yeah, great. That's a great question, Joe.
Yeah, Tanner, do you want to speak to that?
Yeah, so we try it. Like you said, it does vary. Depending on if we are trying to, match it with movies and make it adjacent to that. Like we have talked about doing a General Grievous shirt for the Revenge of the Sith anniversary coming up soon. I know another big one that's kind of in the pipeline is Lilo and Stitch, the new movie.
Oh man, that would sell like crazy.
Yeah,
I just DM'd you that design. It's actually in printing right now.
Nice.
Because Lilo and Stitch stuff sells like hotcakes.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Like even what is that? Figment stuff sells like hotcakes. You know Figment, right, Joe? For Disney.
He is
a dragon.
He's a character Disney created when Epcot opened because they originally Epcot was meant to be the more adult park, And so they didn't want Mickey or any of those characters to be in Epcot ever, like at all. And so they created this little purple dragon to be like the only exception to the like, here's the kids mascot. And then, you know, they caved because kids just want to meet Mickey Mouse. But Figment still is floating around on some like park merch and whatnot.
Yeah. Here's the sorry, I don't know who was talking. Lilo and Stitch / Alien.
Yeah.
He is an alien. That's interesting. Okay. I'm curious to see where you guys came up. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, that one was, you know, we were talking on the last episode about how oversaturation is something we have to consider, right? And there is so much Stitch merch, like so much. And so that was us just trying to, we're all big movie nerds. And so trying to find a way to approach it from a different art style than what's out there. And most of the Stitch stuff that's printed is cute, like, oh, I'm going to destroy this couch or whatever. And so we were like, you know what? In the beginning of it, he was pretty terrifying. And then my, you know, ADHD brain was like, what else? What other alien was terrifying? Alien.
Yeah.
So
Xenomorph.
And again, that's how sometimes whenever we're trying to kind of come up with a unique concept, that's another example of like whenever those crossovers kind of happen of pop culture and it just works.
Or doesn't. I guess we'll see depending on how this one sells. That is true.
And this is the first time you're like, you already have them on hand, or they're going to be on hand, or is this a pre-order?
Yeah, we will. So they're printing right now. It'll be like our third or fourth on-hand release later this month, in time for the movie.
That is the first time that the public's seen the.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So there you go.
That is
Look at that.
Exclusive.
Exclusive.
When does that movie come out? The new movie?
I don't actually.
It's got to be summer. You know,
It's an early summer,
June, probably, or something.
Okay.
So another question: when you guys make, your artist makes a thing, and you send it to your screen printer guy, does he look at it and go, "Yeah, that's almost impossible"? Have you ever heard where that's impossible to put that on a shirt? Yeah. Okay.
So we have. I mean, I don't want to. Do you want to speak to that a little bit?
May 23rd is the new release date.
Been trial and error, just as far as, you know, like we kind of get some crazy ideas, and, you know, if it gets rejected or they can't do it, or if it, you know, a popular one is too many colors in the design. That happens kind of frequently. So, but yeah, like I feel like we're in a good system and rhythm now of kind of knowing our limitations. But it definitely took some trial and error and just figuring out, you know, what's possible and what's not. But yeah, I feel like we're in a much better system now.
I mean, even on that last drop, the Darth Maul, we ended up having to by 7% shrink the characters on the back, because on the front there are so many colors that on the back their machine couldn't handle the brown of the elbow hitting off on the sleeves, because the sleeves are actually printed separately than the torso. So the sleeves, the collar, and the torso are all separate pieces and then get assembled.
And that's where the term like cut and sew comes from. Yeah. Like it is literally all cut up at first and then sewn back together.
Oh wow! All right,
I didn't know that. That's crazy. I didn't know that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the one they weren't thrilled with us on was an Incredibles one where Elastigirl was punching and punched a villain, but down the sleeve.
Okay.
And apparently lining that up throughout small to 4XL was more difficult than they'd like it.
Yeah, because you got to think of the sizes.
Yeah. Shout out Kim. Apparently they actually had to shut down the factory for an hour and have a full team meeting about how on earth they were going to do this. So, whoops.
Wow.
Dang.
I didn't even think about the sizes. Yeah.
What are some of the designs that have been didn't work? Like you guys come up with the idea and then get within, to Joe's question, y'all as a committee or do you have like a brainstorming session like once a month and be like, all right, guys, let's try this, and this, or like throughout the week you're like, what do you think about this, or what do you think about that, and then go from like, I'm curious to see what that creative process is of coming up with the designs.
Yeah. I am trying more and more for it to be a let's all get together a month ahead. And as we're doing in hand, ready to ship drops, it has to be. That is where my ADHD strikes, and we will all talk about it. And then I'll come back with the design, and the guys will be like, that is not what you told us at all. And I'm like, but it's cool. Which is, kind of a jerk move. And again, I'm so sorry. But yeah, that is kind of the process as we try to. So right now we have our drop calendar through May. So that doesn't mean all our designs are done. They're not. Some of them are currently being illustrated. Some of them are currently printing. Some of them are just ideas. But we know what theme we are doing each week through May. And by the end of March, we'll do that for Q3 for June, July, and August. So that's kind of how we try to do it. In terms of the sizes, something we had to learn early on is they only make one set of screens for each design. So like, do I have a pen in here anywhere? I don't know that I do. So for instance, like if Squirtle is on a shirt, right? And the shirt goes to here on a large and Squirtle's to here. On the small, the shirt might come to here. And that means Squirtle's head's getting cut off. Like the sizing of the screen does not adjust based on the sizing of the material. And so we have to figure out how to do designs that work on a small, but also fill up a shirt on a 3, 4, 5X.
That's crazy.
That Tarzan is a good example, actually. The bottom of it has a lot of forestry to it. And so, and his legs are like way more in there than you would normally think. But that's because on a size small, it cuts off at his torso.
So like
And so we try to build in these elements that are a bit superfluous to the story the shirt is trying to tell, but don't look dumb if they're all used up.
I said the Squirtle's head is cut off, just had the torso and then the shell on the ball on the back.
Hey, that's another idea. I like that.
That's crazy. Wow. What are some of the designs that never made it?
I think at this point the iterations of them may have died, but we tend to ram the same idea in until it fits somehow. So, like, there have been different versions of shirts in the past, but they all... I'm trying to think if there's any that just straight up hasn't made it.
And I know a lot of them also some of them are just ideas that, like, there was never even a concept, really. But, like Treasure Planet, did we ever have...
Yeah, Treasure Planet, we never quite cracked because the galaxy was just too many colors, and we didn't know how to do it with fewer. We wanted to do a Die Hard Christmas shirt a couple years ago.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, and it just didn't quite pan out. There wasn't a way to make it look realistic without going over color thresholds.
I think we're still on the fence maybe about the Spidey ride.
Yeah, there's a Spider-Man ride from Universal that we have a shirt that we've had designed for months at this point that we're just not quite sure if it nails it. So like, and when we were doing pre-orders, that was a little easier. But right now, since we're moving to ready to ship, we have to basically 3 out of every 4 each month. So 3 weeks need to be hits. The 4th week can be 3 for them, 1 for us type situation where 3 of them need to have some kind of mass appeal, and the 4th one can be Stitch as the Xenomorph for some reason.
Yeah.
And if you're not doing pre-orders and they're all in hand, you really do you take the risk and gamble of if 5 people buy it and you have 100 shirts, you've got 95 units to.
Or if like Powerline, 600 people want to buy it and you have 100 shirts.
It's true.
You've got to hope their attention stays for the next 12 weeks or whatever it takes.
Yeah. So why did you change from pre-order to on hand?
Individuals are very intelligent. The masses as a unit, it's questionable at times.
They want the shirt like right then and there.
Yeah, the amount of not reading the word pre-order in the title pre-order drop whatever number is higher than you would expect. And so to cut down the customer service time of continuously responding to where is this shirt, we thought the financial risk of pivoting the model was worth it. Was that politically correct enough? Did I do okay there?
Yeah.
Good.
So the masses are a bunch of dumbasses and they don't want to know how to read.
Yes.
And so you get a bunch of that's me.
Proud of the public's opportunity to develop new group skills together.
There you go. That's crazy. That is so crazy. Because I know that with me, the first time I ordered one of your shirts, and I think it was the Kermit the Frog shirt, which I wore this weekend to a con, to where one of the guys, Guy Gilchrist, that was one of the creators of like the Muppet Babies and stuff like that. So, and I got a lot of compliments on my shirt.
That's awesome.
But that was on hand at the time. But then I saw there was pre-orders, and I was like, "Hey, I'll wait for this cool shirt. Like, why not, right?" And so I don't have an issue with the shirts, especially once I received it in the mail. I was like, "Okay, this is why it's a pre-order."
And that's
like I get it.
People who get one then are super patient and understanding.
Yeah,
it's that first order that's difficult. So it is hard we have a return customer rate of like 35-40%. Like it is significant in terms of the amount of people who will reorder based on the industry we're in. But that first sale, I mean, it's hard. It's spend $80 on a shirt and wait almost 2 months. Like, woo, that's a lot of gamble.
No idea what goes into it and the quality. Like, they don't know yet. But once they do get that first one in, they understand.
So it's about trying to grow from there.
Which shirt design did you think that was going to be like a hot seller, and then it just flopped?
Our Ahsoka shirt personally comes to mind.
Oh, I don't even remember that one.
That was before you found this. That was like early last year, I think.
Yeah. Right, now you got to buy 100 of them.
Right? So you thought it was fire. You thought it was going to be fire, and no one bought it.
Yeah, like it's one of those shirts. I think almost the design is almost too good. Like I don't know. Like
he's still back. He's still like, I love this shirt.
It looked like a design that you would even see in the parks almost, like, and I know a lot of their merch is whatever, but I don't know, like it just looked like almost official merch. Like I don't know, I just love it, but yeah, it did not do the hottest.
In fact, some would say it did pretty cold. Yeah, pre-82.
And how long ago?
What was one that you thought was not going to sell and surprised you?
For me, Powerline, to be honest.
Really?
Like, I knew that people had been asking for it. I was pretty confident in the design, but it was the reaction was intense and swift, and I did not expect that. Or else probably wouldn't have dropped it the week I was at my in-laws upstate New York with very little Wi-Fi. Probably would have dropped it a different week.
What about you, Tanner?
Trying to think.
How many shirts have you guys dropped?
44.
Okay. What's your goal per year that you want to drop?
We'd love to do one a week.
Okay, that's what I
Wow.
kind of thought you were saying before. All right.
Yeah. Yep. So that hasn't always happened due to, shutting down for a month here or there because of everything we talked about.
Yeah.
But since August, I think we've done one a week.
Yeah.
Still trying to figure out which one.
Dude,
That's
like,
a lot.
what are some of
Yeah.
our shirts?
Right?
They're all running together right now.
But yeah,
I wonder
it's been a lot.
I wonder if there's somebody out there that owns all 44.
There's one guy who I know owns like 38.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, we've got a few people who own in the 30s.
Is it the N64? Does he have the N64 T-shirt?
That's the guy I'm thinking of.
Wow.
That's one of the ones he's missing.
Oh.
And then back before we pivoted to more Disney, Nickelodeon type stuff, we would jump from Ghostface to Nintendo to Die Hard. So like there were just some people who were like, I just don't mess with Die Hard like that.
Yeah,
and it was
yeah,
like,
Yeah.
now most of our, if you like one of them, there's a chance you might not like the design of it, but you are someone who would maybe like the rest of them now.
Yeah.
To answer that question, I
Yeah.
would say Herc.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just because, like, I don't know, I personally don't identify with the movie, and like I just didn't know that like the following of it is so big, and I had no idea that shirt would pop off the way it does, and also like the back hit is kind of a little bit more
Tame.
yeah,
Yeah.
than our normal. So I just
Do we have can you send me that design?
Yeah, that's here right now.
Brenton? Yeah. Because I think I know what you're talking about, which it hasn't gone up the pre-orders, or have the pre-orders
No,
already
that's the one that we're dropping Thursday as part of our first
Thursday.
day ready to ship.
Because I think I'm gonna get one for my wife if I know that I think that I know what it looks
All right,
like.
I just sent it. It's this one. The one we are stocking is on like a cream colorway, not the faded black.
Oh yeah,
Same design.
yeah. This is a insta cop
See.
for the wifey for sure.
Is that like one of her favorite movies or what?
I mean, it's one of my favorite movies, but I mean, just I think it's just a cool shirt. She'll really like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot less like, is it a subtle reference? No, but it's a lot less loud than a lot of our stuff. So that makes sense that you were surprised to see it catch like it did.
Yeah, that's the one. And like how, we were in between printers and all of that at that time. And like, I don't know, I just didn't know, I figured maybe a home run, but didn't know that it would be a grand slam like it was. Like
Yeah.
people love
that one.
that design.
Yeah.
It's a cool design.
Thank you.
It is a cool design. So, what are some ones that you're thinking about, like down in the hopper, or like way down the road?
We've got a Donkey Kong one in development right now.
Oh snap!
Yeah.
And we're actually using some like vintage King Kong Godzilla posters as the inspiration for it.
Oh, that's cool.
So we're doing Donkey Kong Country. So it's I always forget the guy's name, but it's Donkey Kong and the lizard villain, whatever his
King
King
Rool?
Rock, King Rool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
King Rool or whatever.
Yeah.
like Godzilla and King Kong. So that's one we're working on.
I always say more Pokemon, more WWE,
Pokemon is so hot right now that it's like, I'm sure it's like printing money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna do a first movie one pretty soon.
Oh, that's gonna be dope.
With like the Mewtwo, whatever.
Yeah, Mewtwo.
Yeah.
With Ash like freezing up, that whole
Yeah,
thing.
It's gonna
yeah.
be cool. Here's one for reference, Joe. There you go.
There it is.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So you can do a Cranky Kong.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be King Kong, the villain, and Diddy Kong will all
Diddy
be
Kong.
on. And maybe Peach, just because people like Peach, but
Yeah. I was thinking earlier about Killer Instinct.
yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, those would be cool.
Mm.
I know you're a huge Mortal Kombat guy. You'd probably
Yeah, I was just gonna say Mortal Kombat would be cool.
I love Mortal Kombat. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Mortal Kombat. Shoot,
Do
come
you
on,
guys
Joe.
just sit? Do you guys just sit and watch Disney movies over and over again and be like, "Hey, pause that
should be a
second.
shirt."
That should
Yeah,
get
yeah,
on a
yeah,
shirt,"
yeah.
You know?
My wife and I go to the parks more than I'd care to admit, so I try to take over there.
I mean, it's like walking advertisement. What's the shirt that you wear when you go to the parks that people constantly stop you? Like, where did you get that shirt?
Yeah, which one would you say?
Dude, it's an easy one because I think like this one it's just such a conversational piece like every time. Frozone. The first
Oh
Frozone.
yeah, I'll send that to you real quick. You're right. That's the answer.
Anytime we've been at the parks, I mean, if one of us is wearing that shirt, I mean, it's every 5 minutes.
Now,
talking about
have you,
it. Like,
have you thought about bringing that back again as phase 2?
It is too many colors for our new printer.
Wow.
So it will never come back because it's just, we might try to do a version thereof. I'm trying to find it, but it's like, I think the front was 22 screens.
I think that was the last shirt, right? That
we got like a full run of. Yeah, I think so.
So that was with our first printer before the Nintendo 64 situation happened. This was the very last drop that we got the full amount of, and things went like how they were supposed to.
I'm trying to find it. Where we don't have any other.
So Tanner, are you still running your store, your vintage store?
I am not. I actually got out of that last year. We were open 5 years, made it through COVID and everything.
Wow.
I kind of saw the
decline.
Speakers
yeah.
headed, and what I was paying in rent was not fun, and I knew I didn't want to compete against the market like that. So yeah, I just kind of decided to get out of it. But I still absolutely have a passion for sneakers and vintage clothing.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So you do the shirt farm stuff, and then on the market, or what is it? The marketing.
Yep. And I just sent you that picture. But yeah, that's all of it. We all work at the same marketing firm, so we do. That's kind of the 9 to 5. But Shirt Farm's growing pretty rapidly. So
man, 2 more I just thought of is Street Sharks and Biker Mice from Mars.
Yeah.
Dude, we get so many Street Sharks requests.
Yeah, I bet.
It's wild. It wasn't.
Those toys sell for a ton of money, Britton.
Yeah, they
people
do.
love it. We might need to do one because people people love it.
Like those toys go like hundreds of dollars.
Jeez.
Like just loose.
So this is incredible.
Wow.
So this
is incredible.
That was our Incredibles, movie tee. So it was,
and that takes on Frozone and Silver Surfer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that there's a comic cover where that's Silver Surfer in the middle, and then Galacticus, I think, is the Syndrome stand-in.
Right.
Yeah, we need more like these for sure. More like this.
Man,
this
if I could figure out how to reprint that one, we would do it so quick. But
how long ago did it come out?
That was one of our. I think that was drop 4, so November 3.
Okay.
Oh, this one's fire.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Fire.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Street Sharks. Put that on the list. I think that's going to be the one. I think you hit it on the head there, Brendan.
Yeah.
Just from what we know of what like finding those toys is like gold.
Yeah, you never find those things.
All right.
Never. Yeah, they're so hard to find.
Is there like an iconic? Because it was a show, right?
Yeah,
it was cartoon.
It was a cartoon, and I think it was toys first, and they made it into.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Toys first.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Do some research. Awesome.
So is it hard to find those toys like loose or just
Anywhere.
Yeah.
Like I've been doing this a while. I've never found one yet.
I found one.
I've never found. Yeah, never found
when
one.
You find, you've had a good day. Like it's like okay, like.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you were to, I guess you haven't, but like that would be something where you'd instantly be like, "Oh, I'm making money on this thing."
Oh yeah.
Because now they're starting to do reprints, right? Aren't they starting to redo the toys?
I know they did with Turtles. I don't know the other ones. I don't
They
know.
did that with He-Man too. They did reprints of He-Man, but I don't know if they did it for the Sharks or not.
Was it part of that whole like Hasbro Saturday morning era, kind of, or?
I don't remember.
I don't know.
So this one's like,
I think it was Saturday morning. I think
That's
so.
crazy.
And that's on the lower end. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
See, yeah, these are the new ones.
Okay.
But still, the new ones are $50.
So the new ones are flipping even still.
Yeah. Look at this guy. That's just the puppet.
Mm-hmm.
Wild. All
There
right.
you go.
Oh,
Inbox.
yeah.
Inbox. $324.
It's pretty much impossible to find them in box now.
Manta Ray. It's all about condition, of course.
Of course.
What you find. So, but yeah, Street Sharks is. Look at that. The puppet. Another puppet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
I feel like they went down because I thought they used to be worth more than that.
The dog one is worth. What's the dog version of that? They did a dog version of Street Sharks.
Yeah, the something mutts. The muscle mutts.
Muscle mutts.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You heard of those?
It's like Street Sharks but dogs. Yeah, those are like.
And then they were like, people don't like watching dogs fight to the death.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Here you go. This one's $750.
Yo,
Loose.
Mm-hmm.
that's crazy.
That's nuts.
$950, $1,000.
He looks like if a college mascot took some acid.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Muscle mutts.
Those were only around like not that long.
And what's crazy is they're loose too. Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The denim jacket's such a chef's kiss on the alien dog thing. Well played, denim jacket. Or
Yeah.
denim vest, rather.
Right.
Stone Cold. Yeah.
Right.
Street Sharks, muscle mutts, all that good stuff. I'm excited to see what you guys got going on down the road.
Thanks, Ben.
Yeah. I'm super excited. But just hearing your journey, and I'm excited. What do you think, Joe? Like, just like getting this perspective on starting a brand, I think
we should do that for the t-shirts, Ray, and then we'll just find out what company they work with now that screen print, so we don't have to go through, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars into the hole.
Learn
Does
from
it
our
still
mistakes.
in the back of your mind, like, okay, are these guys still legit?
Oh, yeah.
every day.
Yeah. Every day? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
guess-
we've
You've been working with them for how long now?
almost 8 months, I think.
Oh, okay.
And like,
Not long. All right.
not long. And this week we've gotten probably 1,300 shirts delivered to us. And
Oh, that's good.
still, it's like,
Still in the back of
they're
your
all
head.
there. Are they all there?
Right?
yeah. Like I had to send a $20,000 payment a couple weeks ago to them, and literally all that was going through my mind was like, "This is it. This is when it stops."
This is where the crap hits the fan right here.
Shit, I don't blame you though, man. What you've been through, I don't blame you.
It'll be a long
PTSD.
time. Yeah.
Yeah. So I know a lot of people, we get this a lot as resellers. There's like this stigma on resellers that like we can't like sell a course or do anything because, the information is out there free, and like paying for this information is kind of cliche. But I'm sure that if you guys would have had a mentor or somebody that did the same thing to kind of like hold your hand along, even if you paid, let's say, $10,000 to do that, you would have saved 20
money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like it goes back to like who instead of like what kind of situation.
And that's what's kind of weird about like in the bootleg like shirt community is like a lot of
very
people
gatekeepy.
Yeah.
their information and like who they print with and things like that because like in a sense I guess they don't want competition or or, whatever it may be. But a lot of information is gate kept by, a lot of closed doors.
Dang.
In that community.
Cutthroat.
But there's some people out there that's definitely willing to share information.
Something that we've talked about doing that we'd love to figure out how to make it financially work for small brands and for us is white labeling. So basically combining what we're doing with the marketing side and the shirt side and being like, look, partner with us, pay X per shirt. And not only will we help you with the design of the shirt, we'll also do videos, build you a website, help you market it, get you launched.
Yeah.
Kind of help get their brand off the ground. It's just figuring out, first we had to take care of our own house, right? So we had
for sure.
Oh yeah.
Sorted, but we'd love to be able to help people trying to come up for sure.
Yeah. And then it's like your company is the proof of concept. It's like, this is what we've done. This is how much we've grown. This is the revenue that we've done. Like, just kind of like, have you seen any like, lack of a better word, like imposters or like people that have stolen your design? Yeah.
Imitators.
So far we are.
Besides Disney, of course.
Of course. So far we're in enough of a niche where we've been okay.
You could mention N64.
Yeah, there was a kerfuffle with one of them. But we have started to notice. The problem is, so we run it very much as like Britain is your buddy and is sharing inside info with everyone. And so I'll be like, oh, I'm so excited. We're spitballing this design for this character. Like, look for it later this spring. And then all of a sudden later this spring, we see someone else is doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, we haven't seen any, like, straight up knockoffs, nor do I think we will because it's just so hard to print.
Yeah.
But, like, we are having to learn who to be trusting with and who not to.
Dang, that's crazy. It's like you're still, you don't know who to trust.
It's hard, man.
It's
like difficult to know.
In this community, like, say if say if Britain tells someone, oh, like, we have a Darth Maul shirt coming out in May. And it's like, if that person goes and makes a Darth Maul shirt that comes out before ours in May, it's like a lot of these people, like, are they going to go buy 2 Darth Maul shirts? Like, maybe not. Like, maybe they're going to buy the first one that comes out. And so it just,
Yeah.
So we try to, when we hear someone else is making something, we try to give it some breathing room. Or when we're doing something and someone else is excited about it, we try to invite them into it. But it's a delicate dance for sure.
Sounds like it, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. So, but guys, thank y'all so much for coming on the podcast. This was fun.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
A lot of knowledge, a lot of like creative juices, and like I love hearing like the, I guess for lack of a better term, seeing how the sausage is made.
Yeah.
So
thanks for having us. It really, like we said, we both were resellers to various degrees in terms of full time or not, but this is where our heart is in the world of finding things that are unique and offering it to other people. So love what y'all do. Really appreciate you having us on for sure.
Well, thank you so much. And again, guys, make sure to follow the Shirt Farm on Instagram. Make sure to check out all the cool drops that they got going on. Anything else for the people? Tanner, Britton.
Sounds like we're gonna have to make some cool drops now. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Cena heel drop coming soon, ladies and gentlemen.
AOP.
Two-Face somehow, like part of Two-Face.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Well, my name is Ray.
I'm Joe.
I'm Brandon.
And we'll catch you guys on the flip side. See y'all and God bless. Peace.